Hey everyone, welcome to Heavy Tones, the channel all about going low and heavy with guitar. And in this video, we're going to take a look at Soundlab's ML800. So this is an amp that's modeled after a very popular British amp model, as you can probably guess from the user interface what it is. And this is one of my favorite amps, so I'm really keen to check this out and see what it sounds like. First, as always, going to do a playthrough of a song so you can hear the plugin in action in a mix, and then after that we'll jump in and take a look more around the user interface and see what you can do with it. For this song, I'm going to be using this PRS Mike Mashuk. This is a great new guitar that I've just picked up on the used market. I've been looking for one of these for a while, so it's great to really get my hands on one of these. You'll see more of this in some future videos, and this is tuned to drop A. So let's check this out in a mix. Okay, so that was the sound of the guitar amp in a mix. Now let's take a look at more detail at what you can do. It's really quite a simple amp, but let me just jump in and just show you around. Just to punt a few things before getting into it, I am an instructor on Groove 3. As you'll see, I'm going to be using Studio One to show you what I've done with the guitars. But if you want to know some more things about music production techniques and what to do with audio software, you can head over to Groove 3 and check out some of my video series on there. I'll leave a link in the description. I've also got music available on the music streaming platforms, so if you want to listen to some of the tracks that I've done in previous videos, including this one, you can head over there and check that out. And if you like what you see on this channel, please give it a thumbs up, leave some comments on what you thought, and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and click on that notification bell to be notified of future videos. So now let's jump in and see what we can do with the plugin. Okay, so let's take a look at the plugin. As you can see here is the interface. It's pretty simple. It matches what the amp does. It's basically a single channel amp, but you do have two sensitivity amounts. So you've got the high impedance or the low impedance. If you go into the high, you're going to get those high gain tones. If you go into the low one, you're going to get your clean tones. And you can just switch these up over here. You've got high and then you've got low. Then going through the parameters, you've got an input, a presence, a bass, a mid, a treble, a master, a preamp, and then an output. And then over here is your cab section, the power on and off button. So if you click on here, there are some cabinets that have been built by Miko from ML Soundlab that you can switch between for different tonalities with this amp. You can also bypass the cab and if you want, load in your own custom IRs. And then clicking this button over here is going to turn the effects on and off. And you can get to the effects by going to the pedal board over here, and you've got a noise gate, a drive, a delay, and a reverb. But for this video, I'm mainly just going to be showing you how to build up a rhythm, high gain, modern metal tone. So let's take a look at that. I'm just going to take the pedal board off. I'm using the itGents preset and have slightly dialed in different parameters here. And what you'll find with this amp is if you push that input and that preamp, you're going to sort of really add some crunch to that channel and dial it over and break that sound up. So let me first just play through the guitar by itself. So now I'm just going to dial in some of the parameters and tweak them so you can hear how it shifts the tonality, and I'll also change the speaker cabs. So let's play this through. dialing back the preamp, and dial back that outputs and push up the inputs. But that's really too much gain. Often what you find is when you're tuning low, you really don't need that much gain. So I'm going to dial back the input and dial back that preamp. Somewhere around over here. Sounds pretty good. What I really like about this type of amp model is that it's not really bass heavy. It sits in the mids to high mids. So as you could hear, if you're dialing up this bass and mids, it's not really changing too much of the character. But if you go for this treble, you're really shaping how that tone sounds. Now let's go through some of these cabinets and hear what they sound like. So that's pretty much it for the amp. It really is quite simple. There's not much parameters that you need to tweak and dial in, but it gives you the sound and character of this British amp. And as I mentioned, I'm a big fan of this model, and I'm really glad that ML Soundlab has emulated and put out a plugin that gives you that sound. So if you like what you hear, go test it out for yourself. You can get the demo version where you can play through the sound of the amp, but it just spits out some noise every couple of seconds. And then if you like it, you can go ahead and purchase a license. So that's that for the plugin. What did you think of it? What do you think this tone sounds like with low-tuned heavy guitars? As I said, I'm a big fan of this amp model, and I think it really sounds great if you just dial in the right settings with it. I said that I've got this guitar that was in drop A, so it's not super low, but it is low enough, and I find that it really has some character and works with the low tuning. So that's it for the video. Like I mentioned in the beginning, if you like what you see on this channel, please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and click on that notification bell to be notified of future videos. I'll catch you in the next one.